Ice baths are everywhere right now, but most people using them are actually making their gains worse, not better. Cold plunges, ice baths, cold showers after training. Everyone from elite athletes to everyday gym goers is doing them. But there's a massive problem. Most people are doing them at the exact wrong time, in the exact wrong way, and the science is very clear about what happens when you do. In this video, I'll show you what ice baths actually do inside your body, when they help and when they actively destroy your muscle gains, and the simple rule that tells you exactly when to use them. When you expose your body to cold water, several things happen immediately. Your blood vessels constrict, reducing blood flow to the muscles, your core temperature drops, inflammation in the muscle tissue is suppressed. That sounds good, right? Less inflammation, faster recovery. That's what most people think. But here's the problem. Inflammation after training is not the enemy, it's the signal. When you train hard, you create micro damage in your muscle fibers. Your body responds with an inflammatory process that triggers muscle protein synthesis, the mechanism that makes your muscles grow back stronger. Suppress that inflammation too early, and you suppress the adaptation. You interfere with the very process that makes training effective. A landmark study published in the Journal of Physiology found that cold water immersion after strength training significantly reduced long-term muscle mass and strength gains compared to active recovery. Participants who used ice baths after every session built measurably less muscle over 12 weeks. Another study from 2019 confirmed that cold exposure blunts the anabolic signaling pathways, specifically mTOR, which is one of the primary drivers of muscle protein synthesis. In simple terms, ice baths after strength training tell your body to build less muscle. This is not a fringe finding. Multiple peer-reviewed studies point in the same direction. Cold water immersion after resistance training is counterproductive for muscle growth. Here's where it gets more nuanced, because cold exposure isn't useless. It depends entirely on your goal and your timing. For endurance athletes, cold water immersion after long cardio sessions can genuinely speed up recovery without interfering with their primary adaptation. For strength and muscle building, the evidence says, avoid it after training. Cold exposure also has real benefits for the nervous system, mental resilience, and inflammation management, when done at the right time. The key is timing. If you want to use cold therapy, do it at least 6 to 8 hours after your strength training session, or on separate days entirely. Not immediately after lifting. Cold showers in the morning, before training, or on rest days, are completely fine. The problem is specifically cold immersion in the post-workout window, the first 2 to 4 hours after strength training, when your body is actively trying to rebuild. Here's the rule. If your goal is muscle growth and strength, avoid cold water immersion for at least 6 hours after resistance training. If your goal is endurance recovery or nervous system benefits, cold exposure can work well, just not in the post-lifting window. Most people doing ice baths right after the gym think they're recovering faster. What they're actually doing is slowing down the most important part of the process. The discomfort feels productive. The science says otherwise. If you want to know what actually speeds up muscle recovery after training, that's in the next video. Subscribe. New video every Sunday.